You gotta get creative sometimes. Hello, my name is Linda, and I'm trying to figure out this camera. I went to start up my normal way I do these lives, and my one computer was dead. So I don't know what happened. I must have left it on, and the button must have kept it on, and So we're getting creative. I have no great microphone, so we don't have to worry about my microphone going dead. There's a plus. And if you're new to me, thank you for watching. I'm Linda with Seaporium, and I own a small eclectic shop on the far west end of Main Street. I paint a lot of furniture and home decor. I have a lot of tutorials online. We have a lot of local artists, and we are authorized retailer for Ironworker Designs and Dixie Belle. So let's see if I go that way. Okay. So, I'm going to say it now and we'll say it again. We're having a big sale tomorrow, you guys. As long as I've been with Dixie Belle, it hasn't been forever, but we haven't been allowed to do an online sale. Tomorrow changes everything, you guys. It changes everything. You get to take advantage of 20% off on an online sale. I'm closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, so there's that. But just letting you know, like, you're going to save a ton of money, and I've included Ironworker Designs at a 20% discount as well. So I still have to turn everything on for that, so I should be able to get to that by midnight. No problem. So, this is all available online at Seaporium.com. And if you want to go right to shopping, just hit, go to shop, on the menu, and then click like shop, or hit Ironworker Designs, or hit Dixie Belle, whatever. Okay. And if you're not familiar and you want to learn more, in that menu, you can go to products and services, and, we can show you all kinds of, new and fun things if you're new to this. So I wanted to show you guys, like, I have, like, look at this face. This face, it's not pretty. It is not pretty. And I'm trying to figure out how I get to another screen here. Watch me shut it all down, because I can't see comments. And there we go. So, I don't know if it will let me see comments. Nope. So that's it. I'll get to comments when I get to them. We're doing things on the fly here because of technical issues, as always. So for the past few days, I've been hoping to get live. I've got to get back to those projects back there, you guys. And just so you know, I'm not, like, look at this face. Okay, the red nose. I have been outdoors all day long. I didn't go out yesterday because it was a little extra cold. But let me just kind of show you where we're at. So I got up my Christmas decor. And again, I am not super into, I just can't take the time to merch very well. So I took one day to do this. Of course, it was 11.5-hour day. But, here's the fun aisle, you guys. Dixie Belle, whoop, whoop, Ironworker Designs. We've got bells and whistles. So we've got a lot of stuff that you can take advantage of the sale. No, not too much for decorating in here. So, we might be moving. We don't know what the deal is with the sale of the building yet. If I get that other opportunity, we still may move. It's a thing. So I did not bulk up. It is a little light, but I still have time. I got to do these Santa ornaments. I haven't done any this year yet, and someone's been inquiring. I still have this angel. I don't know how I still have her. She was an Ironworker Designs live project once. We got a cute little holiday gift box with the Cape Cod sea scents. We still have some of my clay gnomes and the chip brush gnomes. right? My books are still here. These were alive for Iron Orchid Design as well. So, you know, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? A little beach blossom made with local oyster shells. Fun, fun, fun. So I got all this stuff up pretty much yesterday. Like, I'm just, all the garland, okay? But here's what gets me, okay? Well, I did this yesterday, of course, you know that. That actually took way longer than it should have, but you know, it's a thing. So we got all the Christmas stuff up. And so let me just show you. I'm hoping this shows up in the video. So this was like a jungle out here. I was out here all day today because it wasn't as cold as it was yesterday, and it's probably not going to be as cold as it will be tomorrow. So I chopped down all my irises. I moved all that grass back there. There's 3 clumps that used to be red. And then I moved the 2 bushes to the back, and then centered the other 2 bushes, weeded a little bit in there, chopped down the other side. And you know, I got to get to some more weeding, but you know, that's where I've been past few days. Because if you're saying, well, geez, she said she was going to go live, you know, it's a process. Look at this chandelier, you guys. Isn't this pretty? And it's a freaking deal. Assembled, I've got it for $125. It's all glass. It works. I can plug it in and show you, but it works. And I have a whole nother one in the box. So that's it. I am switching it around. And we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have to get creative with this. So let's see. Let's try it this way. Up in our ceiling mount. And try not to, and I cannot see comments. All right. Because I'm doing it on my phone, and it just won't let me see the comments. It just won't. So I don't know where we got with you guys with these projects. I can't even remember. I did put the wash of black on here, I think, over the Tobacco Road Voodoo Gel Stain. So he really just needs a ribbon after another coat of seal. Isn't he cute? I added some gray glaze to show off his little fur, then some brown glaze to sort of antique him. I painted the sweater in honky tonk red and then just kind of wiped over the top with cotton. And then I added a little bit of my chocolate chalk mineral paint just as a wash around the outside very lightly, just to kind of warm it up. And it just needs a ribbon. So this girl still needs some work. Maybe we'll get to her. She's coming out cute though. I love the pink. That's peony. Washed in and then it's wiped back, and I'll probably go over it when it's all said and done with the cotton over the top as well. I did get the neck caulked because remember I had it flat to dry, but then I took my weights off of it and it curled up again, and when I went to flatten it again, the neck cracked. But she didn't have any cracks up until then. So, and so I gotta show you one more thing. So this is something I was really hoping to get to. I was really hoping to get to this. Okay. Again, this is not what I'm used to. So don't mind my mess. Again, like I've been going at it 24/7 here, practically. I am extending the legs on these tables. I'm taking the wood finials, okay, and I'm drilling the holes. Problem is that my little hole cutter there, my drill, it starts to burn, and so I don't want to start a fire, so I can only do a little bit at a time. So I was hoping to get it outside today, and that didn't happen because, you know, I was moving plants around, you know, because what else do you do when you're hitting on December? All right, so bear with me. I am so sorry that this is going to be this way, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Actually, for this project, why don't we do this? Yay. Oh, I like that. That worked out well. And, you know, I wish that this whole technology thing wasn't such a challenge all the time. All the time it's a challenge, you guys. Okay, and why is that so loose? All right. And I can't even tell. Everything's so backwards. I mean, it's that way with my other device, but you know. So I did get everything fixed on here, right? We had a little peel where there was a little dirt. What I did, because I didn't want to take a chance and put my tape on and have it lift up another dirty spot, is I went through with a couple pieces of tape, and I literally just like went around and like pressed it down and pulled it off. And that way I shouldn't get any surprises. All right, I should not be getting any surprises now. And then I did put my 2 coats of flat, the clear coat flat. All right, Dixie Belle, this stuff's all gonna be on sale tomorrow, you guys, online. I'm not here tomorrow. This is an online sale only, tomorrow only. 20% off Dixie Belle, and then I'm also doing Iron Orchid Designs too. So in case you joined us late. All right, so I can't get to the white table till I can get it outside. And what did we decided to find center on this, right? That's right. It's all coming back to me now. I literally did not have much time to prep. I just brought my rags, and I brought my waters for painting to dip my brush in or whatever. And that's all I've done, because I've been going at it, right? So we're gonna take the tape. I'm gonna mark a center line. Okay. Now, I always have, a little watercolor pencil, because this will, for the most part, wash off. I need to get an aqua color. The aqua one that I had, it's a nice light aqua, and it just seems, for a lot of the colors that I work with, it just works amazing. So 23 inches means 11 and a half is my center. So we're gonna do some striping. I said that last time and I never got to it, right? 11 and a half. And 11 and a half. Okay. You know, it's not rocket science, but. And then we're just going to use the tape as our guide. And so we're going to make some spacer ones. That's so we know how far we have to the next one. Right? Got it right up there. And what we're gonna do is, like I said before, we're gonna put a quick little brush on of the base color. So it seals up that line. So I don't have to worry so much with my burnishing, because at least the base color, if there's going to be any bleed, that's what will bleed under, and it'll seal it over the tape, if that makes any sense. Right? And all right, here's the thing. Okay, you gotta be patient with me sometimes. So this time we're actually doing it this way, because I want, the legs are going to be the base color, and so that really won't be much of an effect. So that, now we can move this over. All right, move this over. I think that same spot just peeled up a little bit, you guys. Well, the good news is it's in that stripe. And I went over it with tape before. I don't know. I'm gonna sand that down again, and when I have the base color, we'll fix it. You'll see. All right. So now we can lift these up. I don't understand that. I went through and I put tape over it, and now it decides to lift. Such a strange thing. Strange, strange, strange. Well, now we can just do this. Use our spacer. Don't want to waste the tape, do we? I hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving, you guys. We had a mound of puppies. Our poor Bodie. So Bodie, if anyone is watching, if you're even on replay, like if you've met Bodie, like you get it. He's a little bit of a derpy boy, our dog. Sweet as anything. Afraid of other dogs though. So my daughter's gonna adopt a puppy, because she's involved with the rescue, and due to other circumstances she's not going to be fostering anymore. And since her dogs are getting older, she decided, well, maybe it's a good time to get another dog now. So she got a puppy that came off a transport, and so we had him. And poor Bodie, like today was like, or yesterday was like the first day since Wednesday that he was kind of good with them. Otherwise, it was a lot of drooling. It's just a puppy. I don't understand. He's a puppy. He's a cute, he's like an old soul puppy. I hope you guys can hear me, because I don't have my microphone on me. But I'm trying to make sure I stay talking loud so you can hopefully hear me. All right, so now that's all said and done, right? That's actually a little crooked. See, now we have the even space on either side. And this doesn't have to be rocket science, okay? If it's obviously off, then I'll go ahead and fix it, but you don't have to be perfect, all right? And before I do my glazing, which is going to be gloss mixed in with a bit, what did I do with it? Oh, here. A drop of of drop cloth. Haha, I didn't even plan that. And a lot of the Pearl X is what I have on hand, the macro pearl. All right, what I want it eventually to do is, hopefully we'll get a couple done. Let me wipe off my watercolor pencil marks. And I'm going to take the edge of my nail right along. Something just fell. Maybe some garland somewhere. Something light. And just kind of maybe hit those edges a little bit. Because if we don't have to have any bleeding, then, because you know, the base is sealed with a flat, so you know it could show. All right, and the color, what did I do with it? Is Savannah Mist. Isn't this a pretty color? I can't see comments, you guys, and if you're watching on my website, thank you. But you're not able to interact at all. I understand that. I'm so sorry. YouTube, you guys, thank you for watching. All right, so I have so little left on this one, but it's okay. So, oh, we're gonna sand that down a smidgen here. Okay, because we have that little droplet here. I don't know why this is so stubborn. Let's sand it back a little bit more. Obviously there's something underneath this spot. It doesn't even want to like sand off very well. It's just that one little tiny spot. One little tiny spot's gonna give me such heartache. Okay. That should be pretty smooth. And we're gonna give it a good wipe, because we don't want any of the dusting to cause more problems from sanding, right? And we're gonna take our base color, we're gonna stir it up. It needs to get stirred up. Not enough in here to really shake. But with your paints and your primers, it's a good idea to shake and stir. But when it gets really low, the shaking really doesn't do anything. Okay, I'm going to just dip my brush lightly into some water. And we're going to hit that. Okay, and we'll have to hit that again and sand it again, that little spot. But see, if we get any bleed, it's going to be in the color, the base color. And I did burnish with my nail. If you don't have nails, because I used to bite my nails, so I know what it's like. Use like a popsicle stick. All right. So any bleed that would happen is going to be that base color. And I like to keep the brush strokes the same direction. And the nice thing about this chalk style paint is when you're using a little bit of water with it, it goes a long way, but it also self-levels nicely. Oops, that was a little aggressive, wasn't it? And again, if you follow me, you know I don't like dipping my brush right into my container. But again, I'm not really concerned, like what's left isn't going to be doing a project. It's going to be doing more crafts. So it's not going to be doing something important, you know. when I get down to the nitty gritty on the paints, I don't worry so much about the contamination, unless it's like a lot of thick chunks of debris, if you're using clay or whatever, But the little bit of water that's going to be on this brush isn't going to affect what I'm going to be using this paint for. So you don't want to have like these thick edges that it was obvious that you just sort of added that paint in, okay? Because what we're doing is it's going to be a very shiny surface. And whenever you have a high sheen, it's going to show all the details, which is another reason why a lot of people like to use a flat finish. It's a nice little cheat, you guys. But I don't suggest it for like a top of a table or anything that's going to get anything, wiped down a lot. It's the least durable, let's put it that way. So I'll use it on the sides of a piece. And if I had to use it on the top because I really want that casual look, I would do extra layers. I would sand between my layers with, like, if you have a 300 grit sandpaper or higher, hand sand it in between the, after you get to like your third coat. Okay. Okay. So let's give that a quick dry. Especially this part I touched up. I can't believe I survived today, you guys. I can't believe that even happened. Like, there's no way. There's no way. But I held up pretty good. Now let's hit that spot again. Let's sand it a little more, just in case there's still some raised edges. Try not to sand over your tape. If you're really close to your tape, you might be better off to not tape that area. All right, because you don't want to really sand your tape right into your finish. That would not be good. Okay. I know this gal saw the little video I did the other day or last week, whatever, and she was like, oh, I think that's my vanity. So she's excited. I just wish I could get it done. There's just so much to do when you're a small business owner. It's me, myself, and I here, you guys. I don't have anyone. I don't have hired help. It's me, myself, and I. All right, so now that that's done, what did I do with the lid here? Let's make up some of our glaze. So I love my husband. And as much as we talk about cleaning the neck and the lid, it just doesn't ever happen. Never happens. No, I can't say never. Sometimes it does happen. It didn't happen for that one. So I had cleaned this, but there was some sort of dust in it. So now, like I said, we're going to use the gloss. Don't have, like I told you, you can shake in your primers and your paint, but we're not going to be shaking this. Okay, and it's really important that you don't shake it, right? And that's another reason why you want to keep that neck and the lid, where these two meet, clean. Because especially with the gloss or the gator hide, it's a hot mess trying to unbreak, break up that paint, so that you can open the lid without tapping it and banging it against the floor. Or a lot of times I've been using this little workbench. I just bang it along the side of the bench, literally like this, okay? Or tap it on the floor. That, what you want to do is you want to break up that seal between, the inside of the lid and the neck, because your product is in there. And that's what's creating your problems. So, I have this because we're not going to get this done tonight. Not on video anyways. But I was here 11 and a half hours yesterday. As much as I want to say I want to stay and get this done, it might not happen. So I don't want to try and mix the same mixture again. So whenever you're making a glaze, or a specialty color, right? Especially if it's a large piece, all right? You want to make sure it's more important to have maybe more than enough product than not enough product. Because, I'm trying to think how much I need just for those little stripes. It is so hard, especially when it's a glaze, it's because it's so light, right? To get not only the color right, but how much of the glaze medium, in our case the medium is the gloss clear coat. Okay. I feel like that should be enough. And if you really have to, you stop at a side or a wall, or, you know what I mean? So that you're not trying to do the old mixture here and the new mixture here. I could do the old mixture on this side and maybe the new mixture on this side. And that way, even though it's like super close, like I think it's like dead on, if it was a little bit off, you're not going to see them up against each other, okay? And it's a good idea if you do a lot of these mixes to maybe write down the rough idea of exactly what you put in there. Even the little maybe drop of one color, don't forget to put that in there. All right? So that even down the road, maybe if you're doing it as a business for the customer, you can match pretty close anyways the glaze that you had made. All right, so again, see me just taking this time to really wipe down this lid. And I'm not gonna totally seal this lid up tonight until I leave. I'm gonna hit this with some water. All right. So I can clean it as best I can, okay? But in case I forget to get to it, at least it's pretty closed. It's happened before. All right, so now, like I said, I have maybe this much product in there. And the drop cloth, okay? This is gonna be like for so little product, so little gloss from my glazing in there. I gotta be really careful to not overdo it with the drop cloth. Like, that should be enough. And the reason I had originally done this, now this is, if you're new to this project, this is the lady, I did the striped dresser that had the cameo on the front of the dresser that had all the molds. And this is her vanity, so we're doing it to match, even though there's not as much surface on there. You know. So let's see if we got any tint to this. One way to tell is to put it on. So yeah, see, can you see the difference in color? It's not just water, it actually is a cream color. So that might have actually been a little aggressive. So we're just going to put some more gloss in there because I can't take the drop cloth out. And then the powder I'm not so concerned with. I just want it super pearly. So I'm going to put a couple scoops in there. My gloss again. And now I don't want to use that same popsicle stick because now it has a tinted color on it. Let's see. I feel better with that, I think. It's a little more transparent than it started out. I can always add more, but when I start this, I can't take out the color, you know. I'd have to sand my stripes down again and start over. Not that it hasn't happened before. Plenty of people have gotten well into a project and it's like, you just have to bite the bullet sometimes, right? And if any of you, I'm sure you've suffered through that. What was your worst scenario? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, so now we're going to add, I also have interference gold, which we're going to be adding to some raised stenciling if I get to that, because that's what I did on the original piece. The sides, like the white piece I just did, the raised stenciling, I put the interference gold as a wash over it. It's pretty dry, but we need to add another coat. I can see the wood again. All right. I'm just gonna dip my finger. Okay, that should be good. Now the Pearlex, the macro pearl. Let's see, what is this? Is there anything sticky there? No. So, in my case, now I have about this much gloss. I'm going to put, let's try 2 scoops. Okay. Which was I using for this? I think this, okay. So I know it's not going to show in the video. I can see a lot of the little bits of powder in there that's very pearly. I'm feeling pretty good with this. Maybe one more little scoop. Just for good measure. All this is a mica powder. It's a very fine, there's some that are chunkier. This one's a very fine powder. Basically the mica is what's in stones. I'm sure some of it's engineered now, but true, what's the word I'm looking for? I just went blank. I just said it a minute ago. Mica, true mica comes from like the stones, those little shiny parts of the stones sometimes you get, right? Like you see, you get those countertops and it has the little shiny flakes of gold or something in there. That's what it's supposed to be. All right, so now I want to put this on pretty thin. And I can see where my flat, even though it's a flat finish, I can see where I painted over. So if you don't have to seal over, like if you're doing a color stripe and not a sheen stripe, you're better off doing it before you seal the whole piece. But because I want this play on sheen, I guess we could have just painted the whole stripe, but I don't think it's going to show now that we're putting this on. So now I'm just going to put this on pretty thin. And you know what? I actually cannot see the drop cloth in there. So here we go. It's super pretty though. But I wanted a way in my original piece to tie in that I used the drop cloth in the drawers. Okay, again, just the tiniest bit here, you guys. Let's try that again. Let's see, that might be okay. I'm actually going to add a little bit more. There. What I also do, if you're doing this as a business or if it's something that you're working on at home and you want to be able to replicate it down the road, is not only do I write down somewhere what I use to mix my special colors or my glaze, is I also wipe a bit of it onto, well, in my business, I wipe a bit of it onto my invoice that I keep on file. Oh. Okay. And because I want this to be a nice sheen on here, I'm going to put it on a little healthy. Now, hopefully my paint, you know, sealed up underneath the tape there, so we should be good. All right. If you're not certain of coverage, or maybe you want to deepen it and do a second coat, you don't need to take your tape off yet, but I would work kind of fast and do my second coat, let this dry, and don't let the tape sit on there for a day, you know. Although this paint's been on here, you know, more than a day, so it should be pretty safe. But you know, whenever you're working with new paint, always a good idea to do it by the book, right? So that's that. I find that if you try to match up your tape lines after, it never really works out really well. Let's make sure this part is dry. Oops, I got a little bit of glaze on here. I didn't tape it off because there's a separation. This was a piece that was, I think, handmade, if I remember right. And though, you know, she's like maybe not in love with the piece itself. It's a little bit lightweight. She's in love with it for the fact that I think it was her father-in-law made it for her. So she really liked that. So let's see how we do here. Here we go. And again, I got the little pieces of paint I got to fix there. When you pull your tape off, it's a good idea if you can do it really close to the surface and at an angle. When I put my tape on here as a tester, I didn't pull it off that way. I just put it on and pulled it off. So I'm surprised that I got another spot that I've got a couple little, some dirt was left on there. Some dirt. So there, I don't know if that's translating well for you guys. Yeah, you can see it, right? It's going to be one of those things you look at it in a certain light and it's going to be hardly noticeable. In another light, it's going to be noticeable. So that's pretty. So that's that. I'm going to keep doing this. I got to fix that now. Never a dull moment. If you guys have any questions, make sure you put it in comments. You can also text me. You can call me because the phone number advertised also is my cell number. So, just, you know, be mindful of time zones. And again, starting midnight, Cyber Monday deal is Dixie Belle and Iron Orchid Design, but Dixie Belle is the big deal. Like I've never been able to offer Dixie Belle online. I did it by accident last year once, but we're not supposed to. That's why you've heard me say this week, you know, like you call me, text me, let me know what you want to order, so I can send you an invoice. So it's not advertised online. I mean, it's kind of cheating, but it's not fully cheating. But you know, that's how that's gonna roll. Anything else? Again, oh dear Lord, can't win. Is gonna be 15% off. There's some of our local items available online as well, so check that out. Check out the Cape Cod Sea Scents, you guys, because it's all handmade soaps and lotions, and we have 2 room sprays, the lavender and cottage linen. It's really good stuff. It's really, really good. Handmade. That's it for tonight, you guys. I'm so glad that you were with me and being patient, because this girl is wiped out. All right. If you didn't see the beginning, I explained like what I've been up to the past couple of days. So I am just shot. I'm done. I need my 2 days off. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And until I see you again, stay sassy. Bye.